AITA for getting mad at my wife for saying that she doesn't want kids anymore. I know the title makes me sound like a massive but please hear me out. I met my wife in college and we started dating shortly after I met her. I didn't think it would last that long, but we realized that we truly loved and cared for each other and kept dating. 3 years into the relationship, we recognized that we were getting pretty serious and needed to have conversations about the future. We talked about where we would want to live, marriage, and everything about the future. When we talked about kids, I told her that I'd love to have a big family, around 4 to 6 kids. She told me that she'd rather have a smaller family because she didn't think that she would be able to handle a lot of kids, and she was thinking about 1 to 3. Over the years, we have decided to have kids after we got married and have 3 at the maximum. We got married a little over a year ago and our relationship has been great. We both have stable, well-paying jobs, live in a nice neighborhood, and are basically ready to have kids. I brought this up to her about 5 months ago and she agreed that we could start trying. We started trying and she hasn't gotten pregnant yet. I was starting to lose hope and suggested that we take tests to see if there's any issues with us that would prevent us from having kids, but she just said we should keep trying and wait to have the test until it's a more prominent issue. I agreed and we kept on trying. Last night, I was cleaning up our bathroom and I noticed a small package. I looked a little bit closer and immediately recognized that they were birth control pills. I was pretty sure that she was taking them because a lot of the pills were already taken. I angrily grabbed them and showed them to my wife and asked her what was going on and why she was taking birth control behind my back, even though we agreed that we were trying for a baby. She tried to deny it, but she eventually broke down. She told me that before she got married to me, she was having doubts about having kids because other family members of hers were having kids, and she heard horror stories about painful childbirth, how some parents regret having children, and the responsibility of it all. She also told me that she didn't want to break the news to me because she loved me and didn't want me to leave because of her not wanting to have kids anymore. She claimed that she was going to tell me, but she didn't know when. I got so angry and said that she manipulated me and lied to keep me in a relationship where I thought that I was going to have a decently sized happy family. She told me again that she was really scared to tell me, but I told her that I didn't care. I really felt lied to. I also told her that if she really didn't want kids anymore, I felt like she was trying to trap me in the relationship. I've been at a hotel ever since, so I can get some time to myself. Was AITA for the way I handled it? NTA. She has every right to change her mind, but lying to you like that was so deceitful and unfair. I agree, however I wonder why she was so scared to tell him. I'm inclined to say you want such different things, I'd suggest you break it off now and find other people, but I'm no professional at this. Edit. As most people figured out, I meant that a marriage is there for 2 people to build a life together. When they want such different lives, there is no point in salvaging this. Why not just cut your losses now and be ultimately much happier with someone else? I don't think anyone is an here, just a crappy situation. You don't get to lie to people to get them to stay with you. It wasn't even a single lie. Her choice to take birth control was every time they had SEs, and he was hoping that time it would take was also a lie. OP. NTA. This is such complex layers of deceit that I feel it's emotional manipulation and mistreatment. It was a daily lie too. Every time she took a pill, she knew she was doing it for well over a year. That's really dedicated to lying to the person she married. Exactly. This was not one simple lie. She came to this decision before they even got married. She broke faith and her vows before they even wed, and worse yet did so knowing she was deliberately going to deny him the family she knew he wanted, that she had claimed she wanted to, then lied to his face for close to a year and a half, claiming she wanted to start the family while deliberately preventing it. Sorry, this is unforgivable. Not defending the wife's lying, but OP said he had wanted a big family. Lots of guys want lots of kids because they are not the ones who have to give birth or provide the majority of the child's rearing. So they get mad when the wife tries to put the brakes on that. and it would be fine if the wife had said that earlier, but they had agreed on between 1 and 3 kids, and the wife had every opportunity to say that she wanted none. If she didn't want kids, she should have just told him when they talked about it. I agree. I didn't say that the wife was NTA. I think that sometimes with the decision of having children, the reality of it didn't begin to settle until after marriage. It happens with a lot of people, and not just regarding kids. Sometimes people get married and then change, for whatever reasons. It can be related to kids, but it can also be related to career goals, or where they want to live, etc. The wife may have been totally willing beforehand, but once the knot was tied, and they lived together, and the whole kids thing was pretty much looming before her, and she faced the expectation of being pregnant soon, these doubts crept in, and naturally she was afraid to tell her husband. Things that seem doable years down the road can suddenly become scary when it's only months or weeks away. At the end of the day, when one partner wants kids and the other doesn't, it'll almost always going to be a deal breaker. So whatever reasons she had, she lied about it because she knew it was probably going to end the relationship. NTA. It's her right to choose not to have kids, but I think it's awful that she then lied about it and took birth control behind your back. That should have been a discussion, not a unilateral decision withheld from you. I understand why you reacted the way you did, due to the lying. I think you're right in saying it was wrong for her to attempt to keep you in the dark in a relationship when you should have the autonomy to choose not to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want the same things you do in life. In my opinion, lies that rob the other party of their autonomy to make informed decisions are always wrong. She shouldn't have agreed to something she never intended to follow through on. These are serious topics that can be huge deal breakers for some people. It's not right to deceive you into staying with her, especially if not having kids is a deal breaker for you. There had to have been many lies, not just one, but every month, when you learned you weren't pregnant, and she pretended she didn't know why, when she came up with a reason for not getting fertility tests, lots and lots of lies that would have continued for who knows how long, if you had not accidentally discovered the truth. Agreed. NTA. I can also imagine OP feeling bad about it not working out, having doubts about himself, wondering why they can't get children, etc. Month after month. And the wife knows why, but doesn't, and obviously never had the courage to have a conversation with him. That is an awful thing to do to a partner. I agree. It is really awful, and it makes me wonder, how long would it have gone on for? Would she have allowed him to waste time and money on fertility testing? And you bring up a good point about how he must have felt. He may have invested lots of thought and energy, wondering what was wrong, wondering if there was a problem with him, etc. It just isn't fair to do to a partner, let alone for reasons so selfish. I really sympathize with her. I specifically won't ever have kids because of the physical side effects. I just don't want to undergo tons of pain and risks to make my partner happy. That's completely 100% fair of her. I also understand being hesitant to tell you, because let's be real, even doctors don't really take the pain of women seriously very often. Women who say they are afraid of childbirth and don't want to get pregnant are called selfish and stupid. It's pretty much a given to her that she has to endure pain and risks because she's female. That's not fair. I'm sure telling you she changed her mind would have feasted you off regardless, all led to her being pressured into having kids anyway, trying to change her mind back, etc. However, she shouldn't have hid it. I still sympathize with her being scared, but she is TA for hiding it, not the AH for being scared, not the AH for being on BC. But yes, she tricked you and was trying to trap you. I'm sorry. Definitely NTA. You didn't call her names or threatened her, so I think your response was reasonable. NTA. You were lied to for an extended period of time. Fear explains the lie, but it doesn't excuse it. And she is wrong for trapping you, and that's what it is. She knew this would be a deal breaker for you. A dream of yours is a decent sized family. You are fundamentally incompatible at this juncture, but she wants to keep you anyway. It's selfish. Agreed. Worldwide comments of the day. He wasn't telling them with the intention of inciting mistreatment. He just wanted to not have to keep repeating such a painful event. It happened to him. He has every right to tell whoever he wants what happened. If she doesn't want people knowing she cheated, she shouldn't have cheated in the first place. He didn't air it to everyone possible. He just told the people who helped plan the proposal what happened. The email was to everyone who knew about them. Everyone would ask him about what happened. He saved time and the emotional pain of telling each frat bro one online. They'd be insulting her anyway in my opinion. Friends are really harsh on people that hurt a friend. Aren't fraternity brothers super close? The girls were sympathetic. Oh my word. They belong to the streets. And he needed to get the information out in the least painful. They already knew he was going to propose. What happened would have to get out. The girls need to keep gender out of their opinions. The fraternity brothers twisting the knife is a little ahish. But that is something that friends do when you wrong their friend. This guy happened to just have a lot of friends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.